Dean, what's your thoughts on the game tonight? Close finish there.
Yeah, real close finish. You know, I guess through the week, we started to really own again who we were, and we felt we were being in a little bit of management mode with our practices, and obviously with people having little niggles, travel, different things, we just hadn't had the quality of practice, and we haven't walked out of the gym and said, you know, that's a great practice, and we just hadn't had one of those for a period of time. So we finally got to the point of recognising it, and you know, put some things in place to make things better. And you know, that only happened 2 days ago. So there was a good response tonight to say, let's just, you know, really try and get back to being great defensively, allow our offense to develop over time, and use the strengths of the group once we really focus in on our defense. So, you know, to come out and win a game and hold you know, a high scoring team to 72 was the most pleasing part of the game.
Chris's seat early, was that because Jermaine went back door on him, or was that?
Yeah, it was a straight scouting thing, and we've done that, you know, at different times, just to say if, you know, if we're not locked in and focused, you know, and that is just it was just a message to the group to say if you can't get scouting right, and you know, we'll have to pull you out. So yeah, he knew it and he responded well to it.
That last play, what made you guys throw into the backcourt? Because there's a bit of conjecture whether that's legal in the NBL now or not, or how that played out.
We certainly didn't draw the play up like that one. So, you know, there were some mental errors that we made tonight. You know, you can go and look at how many times we turned the ball over after, you know, playing great defense and getting rebounds, and we just, you know, didn't distribute the ball well there. So, you know, there was a number of mental errors tonight, and I think that, you know, the last one was just another one of them.
Was it a wrong call?
From my understanding of the rules, I'd say yes.
Did you get away with one thing? Obviously, in such a clutch moment.
Obviously.
With Barlow's shot, were you pretty happy with the shot you got for him in that corner there about a minute ago?
The ball moved. You know, I thought there was another one where we probably gave up two good looks. You know, thought Mitch had an open one, Barlow. He pitched it to Barlow. It might have gone to Boone or something. We threw it late to Chris, but I thought there was a couple of good opportunities before. You know, Chris ended up with the ball there, but you know, there's a time to be unselfish, and there's a time to just absolutely back yourself. And I thought that was the time that we could have backed ourselves there.
You mentioned the mental errors before. Is that the next step now? You've got the energy back in the group, got sort of the ownership back now. Mental errors.
Yeah, there was a lot of, you know, errors that you say, wow, he's just new to our group. He doesn't quite know that, and I thought there was 4 or 5, and obviously the last play was another one of those. But yeah, the execution part. Now we start to play a little bit more relentless in some of the things that we did. We fixed the offensive rebounding problem today. That was, you know, it was really pleasing to come out and rebound and be able to make that change. You know, where it took us 12 games to kind of make that change last year. So hopefully that can continue. Obviously, watched Perth the other night, and they looked great, you know, in Perth, attacking offensive boards, and so something be a massive test for us next week.
Josh, what was your thoughts on the game and the way the guys grinded out there?
Yeah, you know, as Dean said, this has kind of been a little ways in the making. You know, we weren't happy with ourselves first couple of weeks of this season, and as he said, you know, we made it a point this week in practice to get back to our identity. You know, we set a championship identity, a championship culture here last year, and I don't feel, and the rest of the guys don't feel, that we have lived up to that up until this point. But last couple of days we had some good practices. You know, guys were actually getting after it, and today it showed. You know, we were scrappy today. We were much better on defense and really much better on boards, and that was really probably the key for us tonight.
Have you found a way to bring DJ and Mitch into the game a bit more as well? It seems that gave you guys a lot of run and a lot of fight.
Yeah, you know, both of them are great players. I think they fit in pretty seamlessly with what we do. You know, DJ brings that kind of full court pressure. You know, he can get the ball off the rim and just take it himself and really put a lot of pressure on the rim and a lot of pressure on the defense. And he's also a good defender. And then you got Mitch, who has 8 rebounds tonight from the 2 spot. You know, that's what he's done his whole career, and that's one of the reasons that we brought him here. And then, you know, we switched him on to Sobe, and So we went from scoring 17 points in the first half to scoring 2 in the second half. So that says a lot about his defense right there.
Been around a long time, Josh. Looking at someone like Dave Barlow and just the form that he's in, it must be inspiring for the rest of the group to see a veteran like that really put in that.
I mean, I'm asking for any tip I can get from him right now. You know, he's older than me, and he looks like he's 5-6 years younger at this point. You know, he's kind of done the reverse aging process, and you know, he's been really, really good. I know it was talked about a lot before I got here, and then once I got here and got to see it in the preseason for myself, I was amazed. You know, we all know that he's capable of that, and he's been capable of that. But you know, this season he's really shown it. And tonight he made some really big plays. You know, that shot he made at the end of the game with a minute left was one of the bigger shots that I've seen in a long time.
Dean, are you at all concerned with Casper's offense right now?
You know, it's a game where normally he does a really good job of attacking mismatches and getting deep in the paint. And, you know, he did that on one of the last possessions of the game. But, yeah, I think he's still going to take a little bit longer to find his rhythm again. I thought he did a little bit last year, and he really built in to the season. He has a mindset, seems like early in the season, that he really wants to make sure he gets others involved and, you know, is really unselfish at point guard, and, you know, sharing it a little bit with Mitch as well, and how, you know, we play him a little bit off the ball as well. So, yeah, I'm not concerned right now. You know, he hasn't shot the basketball well, but, you know, we know how talented he is, and we know, you know, when there's a challenge in front of him that he's going to get up for it, and, you know, no bigger challenge than going to Perth next week.
Do you feel like this squad this year is kind of deeper in terms of the number of scoring options that you have? I mean, Casper struggled tonight. Chris kind of struggled a little bit as well to get going, but still able to grind it out and get done.
Yeah, it's going to be different people, different nights. You know, I don't say, you know, we got to stop trying to make comparisons to last year and just, you know, really start to talk about this group and, you know, and what they're about. And, you know, right now we obviously play Dave Barlow too much. You know, we're trying to just teach DJ one spot, and, you know, he got a couple of practices in this week, so, you know, we try to keep him at a 3 spot. When we moved him to the 4 out of a little bit of need tonight, you know, we weren't great against zone, and we got bogged down a little bit just because we didn't quite know how to execute. So, you know, that's going to be the same for a little while. We just need, you know, a Tor here, a Mole, or, you know, one of those guys to really help us at that spot for a little while until DJ's comfortable and just swing him between the two. So, you know, yep, there's a number of options on this team, and yeah, given nights they're going to get more opportunities.
And is Chris okay after that knock to the head?
Yeah, he was, when he came to me 2 minutes ago and kind of said, I can see 50% out of this eye. You make a call whether you want to put me back in. Obviously, his knowledge of our offensive system, and so we went kind of him and the DJ, you know, subbing offense for defense on that last little part, but, you know, he certainly was not close to 100%.
Do you think there was anything malicious in that from Grimmick? He said afterwards it was purely accidental.
Yeah, no idea. So I'm sure they'll go back and review the tape. There was no foul called at the time, but certainly on the big screen, a few people saw something else.
With Chris, does he need to have the protocol of testing, or how do you sort of go about take care of him next few days?
Yeah, you know, we'll assess him. I'm not sure if there's any signs of concussion, so you know, Eric, our high performance manager, will take care of that one right now. But you know, I think it was there's certainly a blurred vision. So I guess anytime you got a blurred vision, you know, there's some sign of symptoms of something in the brain or the eye is not functioning properly.